Well, hello, 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 and welcome, my Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury signs. Welcome to your new moon to full moon reading for February to March 2020. I am your reader, Mark Angelo Lyons Mel for short, president of DrawingTheCircle Productions, professional witch, professional intuitive, and very, very happy to be working for you today, particularly considering Mercury retrograde and all, which is why I usually call these What Do I Need reads. They're a little different this time because the Mercury is retrograde, has been for a couple of days now, but is actually going direct the day of the full moon, which is March 9th, I believe, if I did my calculations correctly. Just checking on my paperwork there. Yes, 3/9. That is the day. Just checking my notes. Virgo that I am. I'm sure you appreciate it, my air sign. So interesting. We're supposed to wax. We're supposed to take something at new moon and help it, make it grow, watch it grow until full moon, while at the same time sort of backing up and rethinking things. So rather than just pull, one card from a bunch of different decks, the Pantheons, gave me a spread last night to do, and I tried it out on myself, and it really clicked, so here we are, doing it for the 12 signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Mercury signs because of the Mercury retrograde kerfuffle going on. Really keeping in mind that everything is happening for the evolution of your soul, right? Your spiritual development, but that your ego doesn't have to like it, but that doesn't mean your ego and your personality can have some clues, some tips, and some hints along the way to gracefully guide your way through. Cool. That's what all my readings are based on, divine guidance and grace, because everything else is subject to change, but the gods, the angels, the masters, and the teachers are love. They are fifth dimensional and above, unconditional, pure unity consciousness, so that's why I go to them. So these readings are just like that, right? But they are general reads, right? Please take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Check your other signs, trying to keep these under 30 minutes so that you can check out all of them. And I will do my best to keep them fun and entertaining, as well as informative and helpful. Cool, that's my prayer. May they be truly helpful, and that covers a lot of ground. All right? So the only other thing I need you to do really is breathe. Particularly air signs, please breathe. It's going to keep you in the present moment, more open, more receptive to your own guidance and grace, so you can take what resonates, leave what doesn't in any particular reading, but also that you are tuning to the same quantum field that I am. Even though we are in different present moments, really there is only the now, where we find that still point, ring the silent bell within the heart, and the divine responds. Cool, cool. So let's do this. Take a few deep breaths, please. And just relax, right? Mercury retrograde is, relax is another retrograde word. Relax, reveal, renew, rethink, revisit. And I think you'll like this spread. 8 cards in total. We're doing the element spread. That's why it's in the title. You'll see what I mean by that if you're new. And if you are new, please do like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell too. I'm always putting out new stuff. Here we go. Still point. My angels, please. 1 card from the Healing with the Angels Oracle deck by Doreen Virtue. Please, what is the healing angel message, right? What is the angel that is here to help the Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury signs heal for this new moon to full moon next, Mercury retrograde and all? Please, for the Aquarian collective, 1 card, my angels, so that we get sort of the core. What is the main celestial overview topic, thing that we need to focus on for this new moon to full moon next? Gotta say, Pisces got the exact same card. I'm doing these Pisces to Aries, doing them backwards, just to be fair, so no one has to wait weeks and weeks and weeks to get their reads. Trust. But I think in our world right now, that's very apropos, because who do you trust? What do you trust? There is it's the first line of the Wiccan Read poetic version. I am not Wiccan. Well, I should say I'm no longer Wiccan. I went back to full-blown eclectic, man. I will take wisdom and guidance wherever I can find it that resonates, right? Knowing that it's going to shift and change anyway as you grow and evolve. Bide the Wiccan law you must in perfect love and perfect trust. But perfect love and perfect trust, who? For me, it's the gods only. Well, the angels, the gods, the masters, the higher selves. My trust goes only perfect love and perfect trust, because everybody else has got bad days. The divine is love in all of its manifest forms, visible and invisible. So, but I'm a mystic. I would do that. So there's something here about the lesson of trust, and you maybe need to take a look at during this retrograde, learning how to wax and build your trust in something greater, while perhaps retrograde rethinking and looking about those that maybe you should not have trusted when you did not trust your own honor, your own gut, your own sense of intuition, your own instinct saying something's off here, and then finding out it was. Retrogrades are good for coughing that stuff up. So what we're going to do, we're going to continue the retrograde theme with this waxing moon with the Daughters of the Moon Tarot. Did I just see an upside down card? Yes, I did. Nothing like Virgo eyes, man. I just saw a flash of color that wasn't the pretty blue. There's a retrograde moment right there. Oh no, let me see that again, right? So what we're going to do is fire, earth, air, water, spirit. You'll hear it as I call it out while I ask my gods and goddesses for some guidance and grace for you all. Ready? Nice deep breath. Exhale. Still point. There you are. Ah, my goddesses and gods, please. Element spread for this Aquarian collective sun, moon, rising Mercury sign for this new moon in Pisces to full moon next in Virgo. With this Mercury retrograde going on, what do they need to relook at, rethink, revisit, etc.? For instance, element of fire. What is their element of fire that they need to look at? What is the what and the why of their desire that they need to revisit? There's your fire. What is their element of earth? What is it that they have that they need to reconsider, perhaps reevaluate? Very good. What is their element of air? They are air signs, right? So what is the element of air? The thought, the belief system, the idea, the plan, the contract, whatever it is that they need to reinvestigate, that they need to rethink, recheck, all of that, please. Their element of air goes right there. Their element of water. What are the emotions or what's going on in their emotional field that they need to reconsider, revisit, refeel, reassess, all of that kind of emotional depth kind of stuff, whether it be emotion or intuition, what's going on that they need to look at again in this retrograde, their element of water. And finally, what is the card of spirit, their power of spirit, the point of view of the soul, the message from the soul, how the soul sees it or what the soul wants to communicate to the personality for this new moon to full moon next Mercury retrograde and all. Keeping in mind the central healing is about trust, let's look at what's going on in your element of fire, loyalty. So look at the combo between trust and loyalty, right? Where does your ultimate loyalty lie? To me, like I said, to the gods alone. Everybody else can go pound sand, right? Even though I acknowledge we're all one. But, you know, people tell you their story, right? What they think they should do. Sometimes the best guidance and grace that you have is to be loyal to God first, right? Then make sure your teeth are cleaned and your hair is done. Then go and serve and listen to humanity as you do your work, right? But ultimately, there's a reconsideration about where your ultimate loyalties lie in this retrograde, so a rethinking of that while you're trying to obviously heal and rebuild your trust. Obviously a reconsideration of loyalty is in there, but because it's element of fire and desire, it's like who you want to trust, right? It's that element. It's like, I want to be able to trust that the spiritual path is happening for me, even though it is terrifying at times, right? And we don't always get what we want. But if you try sometime, you just might find you get what you need. Like a rolling stone. What do you got in the element of earth to get you there, right? To the high priestess, allowing yourself to be used as a channel of the divine. We all are anyway. We're just not always aware of it, right? That's why this card is so connected to the subconscious, right? Connected to more to the secret mysteries of the divine within the soul and within the self. But a priest or a priestess is a channel through which the divine works. So if you've already got this going for you and you're not aware of it, there is this thing called spiritual surrender. That isn't, okay, I surrender, do whatever you want. It's saying, all right, use me. That's a very simple prayer, 2 words. I mean, Oprah's said it, Jan Van Zant has said it. I mean, I've heard lots of spiritual teachers say it. But to wake up every morning during a retrograde and say, I have no idea what to trust or who's going on, but may I trust in you, divine God, Goddess, Zeus, Buddha, Jesus, Zan, Jaina, Fred, Wilma, whoever it is your higher power is, even if it's just higher power, use me today, show me, do it through me, make the decisions through me, say the words through me, get me where I'm supposed to be today. Everyone else, it'll look like I'm doing it, but I'll know it's you. Work through me today. Because then that makes sense that you would be able to really rethink, re-experience your loyalty to your higher power and the divine and reinstill your trust there, which then not necessarily lets everybody else off the hook, but you're no longer as dependent upon the trust there because you know you're taken care of with the power of the universe, right? It's faith-based, granted, but one that you are allowed to test, sort of like an experiment. You don't have to, I don't think the universe ever required true believers 100%. I think universal intelligence understands a learning curve. Speaking of learning curve, my air signs, what do you got in the element of air? You've got the Taurus card. Now, having a court card in the element of air certainly means you can be thinking about somebody with Taurian qualities in this case, right? Someone who is sturdy, someone who is strong, maybe a Taurus, sun, moon, rising, whoever, whatever. But more likely, because you've got this thing of loyalty going on here, this is about life values, which is really what second house energy is about. It's the second sign of the zodiac. Taurus is the second house. So think of honesty, healing, truth. Yes, of course, we will say money and prosperity, but those are things that you value throughout your life, right? Like bedrock values, things that you're not going to, I just said Fred and Wilma, all of them, not that kind of bedrock, but maybe sort of, if Hanna-Barbera is your thing. But like thinking a lot about what you value lifelong. Like I really value honesty because as an empath, someone's lying to my face, I can feel it, and I either start doubting myself, my own sanity, my own intuitive skill, or I kind of put them on the possible liar list, or sometimes I never want to talk to this person again. That was so disgusting, I can't even. Tricky shit. All of that is going on in the mind. So even the great corn mother, right? Like what is of value that plant the seeds that you are going to plant this new moon, mental seeds in particular about trust. In God we trust. That's on all of our money, at least in the United States. Let's have a look, see what's going on emotional for you. Excellent, excellent meditation. You know what I love about this card for meditation? I mean, it's the Seven of Blades, very different than what you see in other tarot decks. Usually that sneaky, sword card. This is a woman, Eskimo, I think, or Inuit. I forget what it says in the book. I can check it at some point. But ice fishing, right? Ice fishing is a lot of sitting in the cold and waiting. It takes a meditative state of mind to be that focused. But when it's in the emotional part of this, just keep in mind what's in that hole. There's water, right? So it may be about emotionally going within and really meditating upon how does this feel. Now, if the word meditation conjures too much of, Sanskrit chants and yoga positions and things like that, take the word contemplation, which is really about taking perhaps the thought of what you value in a more spiritual practice sense and running it through, like you contemplate your feelings for someone or something, particularly if there is a question or a revisiting of whether loyalty is valued or wanted there, right? To contemplate it. Another way to say that is, I gotta feel this out. I need a couple of days to feel this out. Well, you got half a moon cycle, feels like, give or take. So what is the message of the soul here? The point of view of the soul, yeah. Girl, guy, whatever you are, girl, I'm just used to saying girl. The coyote, right? The coyote woman, half of the devil card, the trickster. It does feel like the soul is saying there's some tricky shit going on. Think Wile E. Coyote, right? All those plans and schemes, and Roadrunner's such an innocent, just and just zooms through. That's how we want to be. But it looks like for my Aquarians here, there's a much deeper thing here, that perhaps this coyote being revealed to you by your soul is saying those feelings that something's off. You're right. There is a trick going on here. Now, whether it's a divine trick, sometimes, I'll say it, sometimes people are sent into your life and all the bells and whistles are there with them, but something inside goes, just a feeling, right? The second time you meet them, it gets a little stronger. Like, maybe don't trust this person, but everything's fine on paper, and then of course it happens. The trick is played. Now, the lesson there is about learning to trust your gut and your intuition. That intuition and self-esteem are linked exactly that way. So if you want to improve your intuition, estimate it as, okay, this is my guidance, my grace, my gut that I'm getting here. I'm going to trust this. I'm going to take at least a couple of steps on it. And what's interesting about that, that heals your self-esteem by following your intuition, and you develop your intuition by estimating yourself. So it's like two sides of the same coin that way. So there is definitely a trickster in your midst, M-I-D-S-T, or somewhere in your life energy field, this waxing to waning moon, but that doesn't mean they haven't been there for a while, all covert and whatnot. Very, very, very interesting spread. We've got a couple of more cards for you. Two, literally a couple. One from the higher selves of all involved. That means your higher self through the whispers of love. Oracle card set deck thing. Take a nice deep breath. Let's find out what it says. Still point. I'm sorry to call you an it, higher selves. I meant them. They're like, oh, the higher selves of all involved, please. One card, a whisper of love, a lovely piece of clarity, guidance, and grace for this Aquarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury sign for this new moon in Pisces to full moon next in Virgo as Mercury goes direct, as the moon goes full. Please, what's the message for them, the higher selves of all involved? Look to your inner strength. You are stronger than you realize. A very direct message. Remember, it's a whisper of love, so it's like this. Look to your inner strength. You are stronger than you realize. So even if you have been tricked, it's a way of you getting in touch with what? Your own deeper inner value, so that you can really connect to the loyalty, to the trust of the divine within you that is already there. If you want to call it intuition, your instinct, your inner voice, your inner being, your higher self, whatever you want to call it, that's the bond of trust that's being strengthened and developed here through some form of emotional meditation or contemplation. But get that this person, whoever this coyote woman represents, remember it's a feminist deck, doesn't have to be a woman in literal physical terms, but to say this is a major arcana card, and you know, with the high priestess there, this is for your betterment. So it doesn't mean you have to trust this person completely, but get that they are playing a role in the divine plan too. And don't worry, their turn will come playing the roles, because we all do. We have to play both sides of the coin, so to speak, so that we learn, heal, grow. And what are you growing and developing? Your own inner strength. Look to your inner strength. Beautiful. Let's get you a healing mantra card from the Healing Mantra deck by Matt Kahn. Because mantras during Mercury retrograde is helpful. It gives you something to focus on. And the one that I got when I did my spread, they gave me this spread last night, and I did it. And I was like, oh, that was really good. That really made sense. So I've got mine written down. I'll let you know if it pops up. So I'm not forgetting that one. That was very Mercury retrograde relevant. So nice deep breath. Let's ask the Ascended Masters. Oh, God, that feels good. Still point. My Ascended Masters, thank you for your clarity. Thank you for your help. You've been through this already. We really do appreciate your guidance and your grace. So please, my Ascended Masters, just one card, a healing mantra card. What is the perfect healing mantra for this Aquarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury sign for this new moon in Pisces to full moon in Virgo, February to March 2020, please? There it is. That was pretty harmless, easy, painless. Receiving elation, great card. I am born of infinite joy, meaning that this mantra will really contemplate that, bring this in. You're going to find that by repeating that, because I've had this one, I am born of infinite joy, that joy is not necessarily conditional, right? And you don't have to feel joy just because, you know, all the deck chairs are arranged properly on the Titanic. Joy is our natural state. It is the dominant emotion of the soul, as is bliss and ecstasy. And that's why, well, am I feeling bliss, ecstasy, or joy? Well, they're subtle shades of the same color, right? But all that higher vibrational fifth dimensional stuff that we can experience no matter where we are, but we get moments of it. This mantra, receiving elation, I just think will be very, very, very helpful for you. So, opened right up to it. Let me read you what this says in the bookie book. Receiving elation. I am born of infinite joy. When elation is received, joy becomes your natural state of being. In elation, you are aligning with the ecstatic nature of the universe to live each moment with renewed passion and purpose. Elation helps you enjoy your human journey as it is right now without projecting your fulfillment onto the anticipation of future pending outcomes. Right, in terms of, you know, who to trust and when to trust, you could say, you know what? I'm going to take this journey of trust and do what I got to do, but I'm going to try and stay as joyful as I can because that is supposed to be my natural state. So let me contemplate that. Let me work that down into my energy system from the crown, through the third eye, through the throat, through, you know, all the way down and through the chakra system, so that I can be a channel of that divine frequency of joy and give my loyalty to that for right now. Last little bit here. This mantra is ideal for increasing the flow of creative inspiration, essential in my line of work, elevating the immune system, right? You don't think that that's going to affect your immune system, but there is a biological component to all emotions. So think that high vibration of joy, what that's got to do to the immune system, and being more present, right? I am born of infinite joy. And you are, and as are we all, my Aquarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury signs. I have so many Aquarian friends that I hope are watching this. I mean, close people to me, some of them scattered around the world. You know who you are. So I hope you take this to heart. The divine is working through you. Sure, there are some trust issues going on, but watch the news. There are trust issues going on everywhere. Not like there always haven't been, but it seems like they turned the heat up a little bit on the planet on that subject. So remember your meditation. Remember to tune into your heart and receive elation. I am born of infinite joy, because aren't we all? Thank you so much for watching. Wishing you the very best and the very blessed of this new moon in Pisces to full moon in Virgo. Mercury going direct on the day. Take it slow, keep it simple, and keep that heart as open as you can while protecting the child within it. Cool, cool. Thank you so much for watching. Please do like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Comment if you so feel. But for now, my darlings, my aqualungs, my water bearers, hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.